Hey guys, it's Lisa. Welcome to Banning, Panning and Beyond, another early morning video before work. So I'm really excited that actually getting the time to do this. So today is an empties video. I am going to try and get through it as quick as possible. It's 7 o'clock and my husband will be home from work soon. So all right, so the first thing I'm going to show you, and as per previous empties videos, and this includes declutters as well, there's really no rhyme or reason to the order that I'm showing you things. It's just I've got my basket and it's full, so it's time to fill, and I'm just going to show you as I come to things. So it's going to be all over the place. But yeah, the first thing I have here, I don't know where the lid is for it, but it's another glass house candle jar. Sorry about the reflection. I've had to put my ring light on just because it's too dark otherwise. I also turned off the lamp that I normally have on because I noticed on the last video the focus kept going in and out. I kept trying to focus on the lamp instead of me. So yeah, I apologize for that poor quality for part of the previous video. Anyway, so I got through that and I will be keeping that in my beauty room. I have another candle here. Whoops, dropping stuff. It was just, oh, okay, so it was like a little Akoya one. It had the really cute silver lid. So I'm still undecided. I think I'm going to keep that. I really do like recycling the jars. Hold on one sec. Okay, long way down. All right, so let's get into everything else. So this morning I finished this off. It's a Lancome Genifique. It's the Advanced Genifique Concentrate. I believe Lancome is very expensive. I've never used it before. I have a second. So that was a sachet that I got. I believe it was with a Mecca order because you usually get samples with that. Plus with one of my orders I'd gotten the quarterly beauty loop box, so and it came with a probably a bottle about that big also of the Genifique concentrate. So I've finished that up and I'm going to start using the other one. I still don't think there's going to be enough in those samples to really see a difference to my skin, but so far I'm enjoying using it. So I will review next time when I finish the other one. This was an Elemis Pro Collagen Eye Revive Mask. I just use it as a normal eye cream. I'm pretty sure I got this in a giveaway win, so it's by Elemis. It's the first Elemis, I'm so sorry about that reflection, Elemis product I've ever tried. At first I wasn't that fussed on the texture. It was very different than the usual eye cream I use, but by the end of it I quite liked it, and yeah, it performed fine, but I still don't see myself repurchasing. We have what is this? Moisture Plumping Nectar Cream. It's by More Pacific. I believe it's another expensive brand. So it's just a small sample jar. I got into that and used that up because I'm trying to use all my samples up. Won't be repurchasing that one. Also finished this off last night. It's a Cetaphil Deep Hydration Healthy Glow Daily Cream. I just use that as a body cream on my legs after my shower. So that's finished and out of the collection. This one is a declutter. It's a Tartiste Pro Glow. It's a liquid highlighter. The shade is Exposed. I believe it was Danielle from Glam. She had the same issue and she ended up decluttering hers as well. It just dries down way too quick and it's too difficult to blend. I had some little sample sachets, I think it was this brand, that I tried to mix in with my foundation, and it actually irritated my skin, so don't enjoy it. It came as part of a pack. I didn't buy it just for that. It was just sort of one of those extra things that you got in the set, so I'm not caring either way that I'm getting rid of it. These are, I've got two of them. They're Colourpop liquid highlighters as well. They've been sitting in my collection that long. They've literally, can you see the liquid in the tops of those? They've separated, doesn't matter how much I shake them. I can't get them to mix and they're so clogged up. in the pump, that yeah, I just thought it's time to get rid of them. I'm trying to pay more attention to my liquid and cream products, just to work out whether I do or don't want to keep them, because they expire so much faster than your powder products. So yeah, so those two are going. This was another moisturizer. It's Hamilton Euroderm. I originally bought this prior to going on medication for my skin, and it's just too thick as a face moisturizer, so I ended up using it up as another one as a body lotion. So that's gone. Oh, talk about body lotions. This one, the Vino Skin Relief Moisturizing Lotion. That took me forever to get through. Sorry, but I finally finished it. I was like trying to scrape it out with the pump, and then I was bashing it onto my hand, try and get the very, very last of it out that I could. So that's finally done. So get out of some of these bigger, chunkier things out of my basket, and it's starting to go down very quick. Morphe and Jeffree Star Setting Spray. I didn't really like the scent of that. I do like the mist though. So I may repurchase in future, but not that one. These are two declutters. So with my shorts that I'm doing, and doing I'm just moving, like doing my shop, my stash. As I'm using things, I'm trying to make a decision whether or not I'm going to keep them. So I decided to declutter both these palettes. These were freebies yet again, so they weren't things I chose to add into my collection. There's nothing wrong with them, but they don't wow me. That was inside of one, and I have these shades well and truly in multiple other palettes. This one is like a white gold duochrome, so I'm hoping that someone will be happy to take these and use them up. I actually didn't mind this one. It's actually quite nice for everyday sort of looks, but I said I just don't need them, and they're pointless sitting in my collection. They don't wow me. This one I decided to get rid of because it's just ridiculous. The payout like is non-existent. It's a Too Faced chocolate chip palette. So that's the outside there. This is when I was on a bit of a having a love affair many years ago with Too Faced, and yeah, it's just wishy-washy and doesn't do it for me at all. So yeah, I thought, nah, it's going. So we have two more samples. It's quarterly Vino Perfect. I can't even remember. It was a night cream. That's right. So used up both of those. Won't be repurchasing. Shiseido Ultimate. Oh, it's Ultimune. I think Ultimune Eye. So this was actually not an eye cream. It was. I can't think of it. I'll put it up on the screen, but you apply it like an eye serum. So that goes on underneath your eye cream. It was lovely, but again, for the price, and also because of the sample size, I didn't notice any difference with using that. I've got another big bulky candle. This is something I bought from a market somewhere. It's black raspberry. Yeah, so that's gone. I don't know if I'll keep that jar or not. I'll probably just recycle that one because there's nothing special. I've got plenty of other ones that are clear. They're not from Glasshouse, they're from different brands. All right, so this is actually there's more in here than I thought. All right, the Fix Plus spray. It's in the scent Rose. I got a 3-pack of these. So I'm now using the lavender one. I got away from using this for quite a while, but I'd forgotten how much better it sort of melts my makeup in together and stops my face from looking powdery. I'm also going a lot lighter handed with powders these days, but yeah, so I'm definitely going to try and use all them up, and I don't know if I'll repurchase though because I recently got the Fix Plus setting spray, so I'm guessing it's going to be a 2-for-1, and yeah, so I'll test that out first before I decide whether or not I'm going to repurchase after I finish those 3 up. I've got a big Labo Tokyo Skin Plumping Gel Moisturizer. So this is one of my favorite moisturizers, but it's difficult to get. If I buy it off Amazon, it's much cheaper, and then I get it sent to Andrea's, but yeah, so that's gone. I have another one I think still to get. I don't know if I'll repurchase just because of the hassle of it. I think I'm going to try and stick with moisturizers I can buy locally, because when I get parcels, like when I get stuff sent to Andrea, they literally, some things stay at her place for months before they come over. So I'd have to really time it to make sure that they were going to come over when I needed it, and I just couldn't be bothered. So Fresh Soy Face Cleanser, I've had this before. I'm currently working on another one, so I finished that off. Again, just a free sample that's come from a Sephora order. So I've used that up, and yeah, I'll get rid of the other one, and I'm so happy to be dwindling down my numbers in some of the categories in my collection. This was a total dud for me, the Juvia's Place foundation. It went patchy. It just disintegrated. Like if you blew your nose or something, it totally just disappeared here, settled in all my fine lines. It was just, and the color was very yellow. I don't know, no, it's gone. Don't like it. This one I really enjoyed using. It was a MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance base. It was in Radiant Pink. So I did have a Radiant Yellow sample once upon a time, and I don't remember being as wowed by that, but I really enjoyed the way this applied and the way my makeup went on over the top. So I think maybe once I've gotten through them, that is going to be a strong contender for repurchase. Bioderma Sensi Bio Light was just a moisturizer sample that I used up. Okay, this is something that my sister gave me. It's from The Ordinary, Alpha Arbutin, I think it's called. She's written on there a note that it's used for your décolletage at night. So I used that up, and that's gone. It wasn't full when she gave it to me, but yeah, I won't be repurchasing that one. We got a Fenty Primer that I didn't use that on my face. I ended up using that more on my arm for swatches. So I didn't like it as a face primer, so I still wanted to try and use it up. I think maybe it's just not meant for my skin type. We have the Hula Quickie contour stick. This was in my panning project that I'm doing with Andrea. So I got it down to the point where it's completely flat, and I'm not going to bother digging that out. So that's gone. Yeah, I used it more as a bronzer, not a contour stick, because it's way too orange for that. All right. This is the It Cosmetics, and it's the Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer sample. So I used up the majority of it, but yeah, it's going. I used to really love that concealer for under my eyes, but I've definitely found better, so I won't be repurchasing in future. Glow Recipe Banana Souffle Moisture Cream. I've got a larger sample of this, and I absolutely love the scent of it. I adore it. And yep, so that's all gone. And I think that at some point I will end up repurchasing one of these. So I have some other moisturizers I definitely need to get through first before I make that decision. So we have a lipstick I'm decluttering. I'll put the name up on the screen because it's come off, the shade name. It was part of a Juvia's Place collab that they did. But anyway, like I said, I'll put the details up on the screen. Yeah, it's did I say it's a lipstick or a lip gloss? It's a gloss. And it's like really sticky, and it's quite like, it's an opaque gloss, and I just didn't like it. The color didn't suit me. I was wearing it in 2 of my shorts videos. I thought it would be a nice color, like to go with the look that I did, but yeah, it wasn't for me. Okay, what else have we got here? Juice Beauty Prebiotics. Is it Tartaric? I don't know. Tartric and Iris, another sample. So I quite enjoyed that, but I highly doubt that I will repurchase. We've got this was a Mecca maybe, or a Door Beauty sample. It was a facial oil, yeah, from Hunter. Is it Hunter? So yeah, I don't use a lot of facial oils, but since I've started dermaplaning, which I need to do again soon, these facial oils come in really handy for that. So yeah, I'm glad I found a purpose for them, because yeah, generally I won't use them on my face. We have a Revolution lip liner. It's called Untouched. I believe it's a lip liner. It doesn't say on there, but yeah, no, it was, because I remember there's no payoff whatsoever. Like I'm digging on my hand to get that, and basically have to press that hard that it breaks the tip off, and it's super waxy. It drags on the skin, and I was just like, nope. So that's going. The same with this one. It was the shade is called Vow, so that's out the door as well. Oh, this is a declutter Pacifica Rainbow Crystals. It's a liquid mineral strobe. It's just not, it's really pretty, but it's just not my coloring. So I'm hoping one of the girls will enjoy this. This was another, I think I got that from Joy's Way. Yeah, so pretty, but not for me. So yeah, so that's going. Lots of little samples and stuff in here. Bring out the sachets. I think there was one of these that I hated. Doctor's Scrub Ruby Crystal Microderm Exfoliator by Goldfaden MD. I think that was the one that I didn't like, that it was way too coarse. And we've got Saturday Skin Rubber Dub Refining Peeling. What does it say? Gel. I think that was okay, but yeah, I don't tend to do a lot of physical exfoliating, and when I do, I really like the Exfoliate. That would be my choice. Mecca Cosmetica, that's the hydrating moisturizer with hyaluronic acid, so I got rid of that, used that up. I think so there was 2 of those, so they're done. We've got Wishful Yo Detox. That was another physical exfoliator, so I got that out of my collection. Shower Party and Nourishing Body Wash, so that's gone. Then I had this tiny when it was the Tammy Tanuka purchase I did, I got one of the palettes, and they sent this tiny sample. Like, it wasn't full, like there was hardly any pigment in there at all, and it's very green. I'll try and pop a photo up of it because I decided to press it in a pan to try and get use out of it. Stunning, bright, but it's called Charming Firebrand is the shade name. But yeah, you'll see when I put the photo up how little pigment I got. So it was really difficult because you've got to try and get the like ratio right when you're putting in your binder and stuff. So anyway, I will use it. Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Face Primer. Didn't like it. Glad that is done. Will not repurchase. This was a Mugu Natural SPF 15 lip balm. Doesn't irritate my lips, but it's expired. And yeah, I got it because it had the SPF in it, and so the SPF's no good anymore, so that's getting decluttered. It still smells okay though. What else do we have? F-Balm Electrolyte Water Facial Mask Hydratant. And I think Drunk Elephant is overpriced, just my personal opinion, and I will not be purchasing I don't think anything from them. That's not the plan anyway. That was just a sample that I got free, so I used it up. Loved this, the Fresh Kombucha Facial Treatment Essence. I have a K-Beauty essence. It's got the snail mucin in it, and when I was having skin trouble, I found that it actually made my skin break out more, but since I've been on the medication, my skin's really cleared up. I thought I would give it a go again, and I started to get breakouts again. And the sad thing is I have like almost 2 full bottles of it, so I'm thinking that I'll probably just use it on my neck and chest. And yeah, this I loved. You only need the tiniest amount. I'm sorry you can't actually read it. Expensive, but I think that maybe one day I will splurge and I will buy another one of those. It seemed to just soak into my skin really well. My skin loved it, so definitely didn't get breakouts with that one. So all right, what else do we have here? So Lotus Youth Preserve. This was a face cream, I believe. It's really hard. Yep. So another sample that I used up. I think there was this, it had a sort of florally scent to it, or it wasn't strong though. It was nice enough, but I already have other moisturizers I need to use, and I definitely ones that I love, so I won't be repurchasing. These are samples that I got from Mecca for the I've got one was the Nars Light Reflecting foundation in Santa Fe, because I used to be Santa Fe, in the Sheer Glow. I believe because I never go out in the sun anymore that it might be slightly too dark for me now, but the undertone of it is really, really good for my skin because it's more of a peach than a pink, but not too warm. So yeah, I liked that, but I still think I prefer the Sheer Glow over that one. And I got a Shiseido foundation sample as well. My daughter really, really liked it. But I think, yeah, it's more suited for her skin than mine. I wasn't wowed by it to run out and purchase that one. So we have a Glam Glow Super Cleanse Clearing Cream to Foam Cleanser. This was so weird to use. It smelled like aniseed. It was just the strangest thing to be putting on your face and feeling like you had licorice. I love licorice, especially like the Dutch salted licorice, which most people hate, but you know, me being of Dutch heritage, I grew up with it and I love it. Actually still have some in my cupboard, and I've recently actually it's called Dutch rope, but it's like hard boiled lollies, and they've got like the salt in the center, and yeah, I popped them. I got this idea actually from someone I used to work with, because his wife is Swedish and they are also very much into the salted licorice, and I think quite a few European countries that have it, and they dissolve it in vodka and make your own salted licorice flavored vodka. So I've done it. It's still brewing in the cupboard. It's totally dissolved and everything. I don't drink very often, so but it's there for when maybe in summer if I feel like it. Yeah, I believe it'll probably be something I'll just drink, like sip on ice. I don't know whether maybe I could put it with lemonade perhaps, or Coke, so I'll have to experiment, and if I remember, I'll let you know. It could be a while before I try it though. So anyway, I won't be repurchasing. That was just part of a pack that I got with some Glam Glow mask, face mask, which I really like. Yeah, and that was just as part of it. So yeah, and new for repurchasing. This was another one of those Nars Light Reflecting samples. I've got two, and these are some declutters, and that's the end of it. So we have the Yes She Did Super Shock Cheek. It's a matte one, and it's that's the shade there, but it's beautiful color, but I'm just like, you can see I've got payoff there, but when it comes to actually I don't know, like when I put on the I just swipe that on my hand and you can't even see it. So yeah, it's going on the finger, but so I found I wasn't getting on like on my cheek. I've got so many like beautiful blushes that don't require hard work. So yeah, so that is definitely going to go. These, I don't know, I'll do this one first. So this is called Tassel. It's a Super Shock shadow. It was the Ultra Glitter, I believe. Yeah, it's an Ultra Glitter. I've already decluttered another Ultra Glitter. These just dry up really quick, and like it looks okay there. But again, like when you, like I've just swatched that on my hand, and it's just like, got no wow factor compared to like the multichromes and like my Glaminatrix metallics and shimmers. It's just no point. I was never going to reach for it. So yeah, that's part of another it's one of the products I used in one of my shop my stash videos, and yeah, so I just thought, nah, it's going. So these are all empty, but I won't bother showing you the inside. These are Colourpop Superstar Loose Pigments, all 3 of them. I'll have to pop up photos of those as well. So I've got Cameo, Quicksand, and Mulholland. So I did a thing. Actually, should I show you? Yeah, okay, I will. So, hang on. Okay, so, I can't remember who it was. Someone was talking about the Melt palettes, and, you know, I think we all know how their metallics, like, basically explode. I think there's an issue, or there was an issue when they first started with their binder, that their metallics would just go to powder. They would puff up. I know there was some instances where people had mold growing on them and whatever. Luckily, I didn't have that issue, but I did have the issue with them puffing up, and as soon as you touch them, they just went everywhere. So they weren't binding well. So if I can, I'll find one. I'll pop up a photo of the original. So it's a 27 palette. I dug my metallics out because it turned me off reaching for them. And what I did was for this one, I've got the Mulholland and a Quicksand. I grabbed those loose pigments. I popped the pans out of these because they're quite loose. And yeah, and then I pressed in. Is that probably, it's upside down, but anyway, you can see I've pressed them in, and yeah, I'm using my loose pigments to replace those, and the colors are actually quite close to the original. So I did that for that and found it. So the other one was the Gemini palette that I dug out as well. So so that's Cameo there. So you can see it goes in really well with the color story. It's not quite the same as the original shade that was in there, but it's definitely close enough. So it's got me using these palettes again. And I'm also using some of these loose pigments because I hate loose pigments. I discovered that well after I'd bought way too many. So yeah, so I've enjoyed actually finding a purpose for them, because otherwise they were highly likely going to get decluttered as well. But I popped them in with, so yeah, it's not technically an empties and declutters video because there's these sort of little extras in as well. So and that's it. She's empty. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. Let me know if you've got any opinions on any of the products that I have discussed, whether there's things I haven't liked that you prefer, like that you like, or yeah, anything you wish to share really. Let me know in the comments. So thanks for joining me. See you again soon. Bye.